The worsening living conditions of these families jolted the local government unit of Bayawan City into action. Something has to be done to uplift the living conditions of the people.
Health is non-negotiable. It should be given due importance. Everybody should be given the best of health, considering that the human this is considered as a capital for every person. This is something that is basic, especially for poor people. Their best resource is their health, and if they are sick, and it so happens that it is the breadwinner who is sick, then the problem is felt by the entire family. It's not just felt by the person who is sick, but the entire family. When we started with our Healthy City program, in which we organized them at the barangay level, organizing technical working groups and then orientation. Of course, we have to improve the sanitation, so the various criteria of this program is one, the primary criteria is about water supply, water supply, and the second is toilets, toilets for families.
In 2004, the city of Bayawan, under the leadership of Mayor Herman Saranya, sought the assistance of the German Technical Cooperation Agency for the construction of a wastewater treatment facility.
The wastewater treatment plant will be constructed along this area. Yes.
Bayawan is planning a resettlement project for the people who live along the future boulevard area, and I think it is a very nice approach, because this is a resettlement area that will be very close to the shoreline. And I know that the mayor of Bayawan has health issues as one of his priority points on the agenda, and I think he might be a good person to talk to.
Through the GTZ Integrated Water and Sanitation Program, under the leadership of Mr. Andreas Kanzler, a technical cooperation was forged between GTZ and the Bayawan City towards the end of the same year.
Well, the problems of sanitation in Bayawan are the same as in all main cities and municipalities all over the Philippines. The sanitation situation is pretty much neglected. So sanitation is always very much behind the issue of water supply. In the Philippines, there are more than 30% of all sicknesses directly water related. Waterborne diseases. So if we try to avoid, with the implementation and the introduction of these new technologies, if we try to avoid the contamination, these sicknesses, then we have gained a strong goal, I would say already, for the whole of this country. It's an awareness which is needed to ensure the health of the population of the Philippines.
Si Kimberly nagkalibang nga, pero dili kayo mo makaya naman po nila. Sasakat daw mga tulor sa kalibang. Hinagmay yun, tulo na katubig na siya. Tubo-tubo pa. Suko sa tubo siguro. Wala akong kabalo sa kabahin sa tubig, ako kabaloan.
The Gawan-Kalinga Fishermen's Village would serve as a relocation site for the residents of Subac, Boyco, Tinago, and Villarreal who were affected by the construction of the boulevard, became the pilot site for the construction of the first communal treatment plant for household wastewater in the Philippines.
This 7.4 hectares fisherman's village, most of the beneficiaries, yung mga naapektuhan ng aming coastal road. That is why parang walang hesitation yung mga tauhan doon na naapektuhan sa project kasi nakita nila yung site para
The key criteria for the selection of the technology is that it should be low cost, easy to maintain, and will utilize locally available materials.
We introduced the different options, the different technologies for wastewater treatment and how this can be done together with this resettlement project. We had a look at the future resettlement site. When we were there the first time, it was the rice fields. And he showed us the plans. The plans were already complete. And that was all, as far as I remember, in February 2004, so more than a year ago. And when we first talked, I also introduced different technologies. One of them was anaerobic systems. And the mayor was first very interested in that. It was attractive because it will only require very little space. But then later on, by discussing the different technologies and the pros and cons of the different technologies, the mayor said, maybe a wetland treatment plant might be a bit more appropriate. And this is in fact how we arrived at this choice, that we said, yeah, it will be a wetland treatment plant.
Following this criteria, the constructed wetland treatment plant was identified as the most viable sanitation technology for the housing project. The engineers from the City Engineering Office and the City Planning worked hand in hand with the technical consultants from the University of the Philippines to come up with a construction plan.
Inadlaw ani Mayor? 200?
Problema o katrabaho ang kadiri makabot pa ka uska adlaw.
The Bayawan engineered wetland is composed of 2 cells with a total area of 3,000 square meters. It is expected to process wastewater coming from 700 houses in the fishermen's village.
So what we are going to do is we are going to gather all the pre-treated effluent here in the 6 by 6 meter main sump. And then we are going to feed first into this first bed, which is a purely vertical flow reed bed. And then after the first stage treatment, we are going to use the second bed, which is not exactly the same as the first one because this is a hybrid reed bed wherein we can choose either vertical flow or horizontal flow, no? And then after that, we are going to have the treated effluent here, which the LGU may choose either to recycle to the reed bed if we need to, or we may reuse the treated water somewhere else. You can use that for irrigation, landscaping, or you may want to have a separate lagoon for a fish pond or something. Or of course, if you choose to do so, you can simply discharge into the nearby, to the sea.